Hi, I'm Z, and I'm here to deploy and fine-tune some LLMs, which I just promised to you. And we will deploy a crash test dummy, and we will test out of every aspect of it. Well, don't waste any time, and let's jump right into our well-known tool, ChatGPT, for our learning process. Just a second. Here we are. Well, as I said in our previous LinkedIn post that we will test large language models, one thing is we have many options to choose from large language models available openly basically everywhere, and we have many information on which kind of language models capable of what kind of things, but my chosen language models, and the main aspect I chose language models is the hardware configuration of my personal computer, which is not that high, but I have GPU and I have very limited memory of it, but I have 4 gigabytes of really hard memory of the GPU. So I chose really small models, and my chosen model is the lightweight models of BERT, which is, well, I think the best way to introduce BERT is ChatGPT itself. So let's ask about it. My chosen models are, the first one is DistillBERT. Could you please provide me a brief summary of DistillBERT? Yes, as you said, we will use Hugging Face. I made some preliminary search and studies how to do it, but to keep it real, keep the learning process real, I did not do anything deployment. I did not deploy large language models through Hugging Face or through Python, which I plan to do. So I would like to keep the learning experience real. So let's follow this path. Yeah, but a few words about it. BERT available in Hugging Face. It's a really great distillation according to the description, because it DistillBERT retains 97% of BERT's language understanding capabilities. It's way faster, but it's really smaller, which means that it can be run efficiently in my hardware configuration. The second one of my chosen language model, which is quite an extra because I could just use and fine tune later one language model, but I rather chose another one, or to be honest, 3 language models. I will, and my plan is in the next week, then maybe the end of this session, to start the fine tuning, or at least getting information how to fine tune even this, because I don't really, I know a few aspects of it, but I don't really have any practical experience how to do it. Anyway, yes, so the second one. The second language model is also a BERT, distillation. This is yeah, let's not continue with that, but let's introduce tiny LM. Not tiny LM, tiny BERT and mini LM. Could you tiny LM as well? A tiny LM, I should really just okay, tiny LM, mini LM. Okay, it's also reduce the size of computational demands of large language models like BERT, and mini-LM is developed by Microsoft. It's similar as DistillBERT, but it's not a BERT distillation. It's also a smaller one, and it's really focused. It's a bit smaller model than DistillBERT, and the third one is TinyBERT. Yes, it's a more compact version than DistillBERT, and it's developed by Huawei. And it's even retaining not that much of the performance of BERT, but it's smaller and significantly faster. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, just a few words about the architecture, which is a really interesting information. It could be interesting. I don't really want to go into details, just because of the reason I don't really know or understand the details deeply of large language models. So TinyBERT comes in various configurations such as 4, 6 layers compared to BERT's 12 or more layers. Okay, then really don't want to waste any time because the last slide is really took so long, 1.5 hours. I would like to keep this one short, but let's see. And if it's not really short, it's okay. It's 1.5 hours or even 2 hours, it's okay. But I would like to fill this time frame with really technical content because I would like to. I really feel the urge to getting more technical on that topic and able to do real life tasks as soon as possible. Yes, about the fine tuning. Yeah, maybe that's later. First, we will deploy the large language model, which we will start with DistillBERT. Let's see the other two language models. And after we deployed these language models, I just prepared some test prompts to test the capabilities. It's really a generic 10 test prompts and see how they are performing. And that in that phase of the session, I will speak a few words about fine tuning and my near future plans next week. Plans how to continue with crash test dummy large language model or large language models. Okay, then we will use Python, we will use Hugging Face, but the technical details need to be filled really hard because I don't really know how to do it, but let's learn from ChatGPT. Let's try out what it suggests and let's put it in practice. So I will prompt like a maniac for that. Let's share our plans with ChatGPT. So we're not talking, just concentrating on what should I write. It would be great. Yeah, I think it will suggest Hugging Face because that's the most convenient. Not really convenient, maybe, but the most common usage of deploying large language models locally. We would like learn, we would like deploy, so I will ask a step-by-step description how to do it. Instruction. In a structured, in a professionally structured way, professionally. Yeah, the like to have some kind of file structure in the response to get it organized. Let's see what's the result. Yes, as I said, it's Python Hugging Face is the most convenient one. Just let's scroll. Python, yeah, I have 3.7 or higher. Virtual environment, install, load the models, create private function, test the models with predefined test prompts. Okay. Organize a project, create requirements. Yeah, I don't think we would need the requirements. Even the README file. Okay, nice. Additional nodes. Yes, model download will take a while, but I really wouldn't like start without any audience. Okay, then let's create first the structure. Okay, just make it in the VS Code I already created. Already created the folder for it. I will get it available or publish it via GitHub, but I will share this later on. Okay, so we have a folder. I will virtual environment library. Okay, I will get that done first, and after we'll continue. Let's see that it's Python virtual environment. Okay, I have that. Just getting the prompt back. Nice. Yeah, but maybe I can. Yeah, I'm on a Windows machine. It's not really a common and known information, but that's all right. Okay. Nice one. I'm in that, and install the transformers for Hugging Face and torch for torch. Yeah, in the meanwhile, they are downloading. We can create, I assume, yeah, we can create files, the models .py test models .py. Basically that's it. Okay, I create a readme .md and already populate the readme file. And these dependencies, I will really skip that. Okay. I'm really excited and interested in if this works just like that. Yeah, and yeah, let's see the models, because this the burst uncased, the general 4L, full layers. I think the smallest, it's okay. It's mini LM uncased. Okay. Yeah. Let's get those copied. Create a function to test models. Okay. The prompts. Okay, these prompts are a bit different. I'm not sure that it will work that way, but let's see. At least I will deploy these. Okay, the installing is completed. Stable internet. What is needed? Customize the test model function to feed the specific tasks. Okay. For large-scale testing or deployment, consider using Docker dedicated server setup. We are not really planning that right now. You're able to deploy and test distant tiny bird and mini LLM models locally in a structured and professional manner. Let's see if we can. Yes. I think create function. Create Python script to load these models. I think I need to execute these first. ChatGPT, no, just let's ask if we have that kind of nice mentor here. Do I need to execute the model py before I start my before I execute the test models py? Okay. Yeah, very important. Execute the functions needed. Is it? Yeah, that because yeah, the test model. Do we trust that? Actually, let's run test models. Okay. Yeah, why not? Do this for now. Let's have that right away. Come on. Constantly changing between the English, Finnish, and Hungarian. Come on. Okay, it's really lame, but I don't know How is that character? Because I have Finnish keyboard, but I have Hungarian keyboard layout now. Okay. But do we have that file now? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's not stick to that. Yeah, I really would like to execute the models, what it does. First, they are deploying it, but okay. Just let me add some aspect to test manually first instead just the script. Yeah, I really want to do that because I would like to enter that manually. Okay, I will ask for that for ChatGPT. Please add the file for me to be able to test one model at the time manually. Okay, the task was not really that. I want to test it via input prompt nearly and not using predefined ones. Okay, it will update the readme md. Nice. Let's see that if we can do that. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that just see it for the very first time that this model pi is working properly in a manner that if I can just create a deploy the model and install and load the model, I can just execute some kind of messaging or texting or any kind of interaction with the model before just jump right into the automation with the predefined prompts. I hope it will work. What was the, let's stick to the original naming. So that is single model pi. That's the file, that's the content. Okay. Okay, and save it. Save it, save it, save it. I will have that one as well. Okay, the test model, the test single model. Running the script. Yeah, it's activated. The LLM. Which model should we choose? Let's choose this bird. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we have the terminal. No such file. What did I miss? Ah, okay. It has some error messages. I think it's loaded. Enter prompt. Hi, how is your day? 1. Can I chat with you? Okay, something's off. Somewhere it's a distilled sequence classification. Okay, because it classifies the sequence. Let's ask about it. Should distilled answer my questions, or should it oh yeah, let's just ask that. Model for question, you need to load versions of the model specifically fine-tuned for that tasks. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. If they are already fine-tuned, that's all right. I can even fine-tune it more. Data single modify those. Yeah, it's a bit different. Save those and execute. Okay, okay. It downloads more things. Yes, the vocabulary, yeah, because it's a fine-tuned version of the distilled. Yeah, it's good to know that, because I just chose the models. I asked ChatGPT and search for different forums what language models they are suggesting when you have very limited hardware. But I would like to implement, not implement, but first implement and after test the functionality of the chatbot functionality and many other functionalities which can fit into these small models. And the forums also suggested the distilled bird and the many models of the distillation of the bigger bird model. That's the reason why I chose. I really hope it worked, but okay, my sweat just broke. Enter the context. What do you mean, enter the context? Okay, how is today? Aha, okay, so I need to enter the context and after enter the question. Okay, so what about the so I need to enter the context and after I can ask a question. I cannot say that I completely understood, but I started to feel like that mm, that I really have a perception that I can use these small language models as a llama or that kind of chatbot language models. But if not, that's all right. I can replan, or we can replan that. Okay, just let me check once again what it says. You have to use the models for question answering. You need to load versions fine-tuned. Let's ask about that. Or not really ask ChatGPT for now, but let's see that language model, how to use. How to get started with the model. There's how to use the model for question answering. Shouldn't be used to intentional create host. Okay, that's not important for us. Not really. Yes, but how to use it. Let's get that a bit bigger. Okay, how you use the code below to get started. What is that? Example. Question answerer. Pipeline question answering model. Distilbert. Context result. Print the answer. That score is. Extractive question answering the task question. Extractive question answering is the task of extracting an answer from a text given a question. An example of question answering dataset is the squad dataset, which is entirely based on that task. If you would like to fine-tune a model on squad task, you may leverage the examples. Okay. Result. What is a good example of a question answering dataset? The context given there. The answer is the squad dataset. Okay, just answered. Here's how to use this model in PyTorch. Question in the text. Who was Jim Henson? Jim Henson was a nice puppet. I don't really know that I really understood what I'm seeing right now, which is a bit disturbing for me. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't really try everything out, but I think that's also all right. So as I see, I cannot use this language model for the task I plan to use it, but it's still this language model fits into my PC's hardware. I would like to stick with those three, that's for sure. Just need to rephrase, because yeah, right now we are not really testing, but to create something, some large language model to test. But for testing anything, it should be clear to us as well what is the functionality, what is the capabilities of the software. And if the capabilities need to be clarified, I think that's the best way. That's the reason why I chose this way, to get know these language models. Yeah. Please give me use cases of the of uh, Distilbert model in chatbot functionality that can be effectively integrated into chatbot, so it not would be a chatbot. Intent recognition, entity recognition. User says book a table for two at the Italian restaurant. The chatbot extracts Italian restaurant. Okay. Contextual understanding. Okay. Let's figure out how to have these use cases. Okay, not really. They're really small tasks, but that's all right. I want to get some functionality which is understandable, or which has meaning as a whole by itself. Mm. Intent recognition. That's a good example, I think. Entity recognitions as well. Okay. So I would assume that these language models which I chose, which is good for yeah, they just let me share what the initial plan was. The initial plan was that I will have these language models, pre-trained language models, and I will fine-tune these with the WikiHow dataset for Hugging Face, but it won't work. Let me ask that from ChatGPT now, and let's clarify that. Okay, ChatGPT suggests that mm, it's a reachable goal. Uh, these are too vague. It's not a good answer. Yeah, it's the fine-tunement steps. I saw that before in different models, but it's not the best because it's just too generic. Full script for testing the. Okay, I feed the prepare. I don't have any subscription for the GPT-40 yet. I hit the limit. Right, I will continue with the free GPT 3.5. It's still asking to enter the context and enter the question. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will get my goal would be for that session that get some conclusion which would be the use case for these language models. And even fine-tuning these language models. Yeah, I feel like it's a dead end because these functionalities are really meaningful when we embed these functionalities into a bigger application, a bigger software, even a bigger large language model. But even with that, I could use different. Yes, I think I could use distill. Yeah, maybe let's follow that way. I will choose from these three use cases: contextual understanding, or I don't know. We'll choose three of those, and I will check if these language models can handle properly these functionalities, these use cases with test prompts, and we will figure out test prompts. I also already have predefined ones. Predefined means that I wrote those before the session. But in this case, I will need different file structure and different implementation of the whole project. But still, it's a I think the fine tuning part will go away for plan for the next week, and we will continue different. We'll go to different path, which I will figure out because that was the long term goal. But first, it started to get into that. Can I use bigger language models? That's what I wanted to figure out. For now, because if I use, for example, the llama, and I will use Olama for that purpose. I could test it, and as I could test ChatGPT as well with the prompts. But maybe it's a good lesson and good learning, yeah, good learning for us how to handle the limitations of the language models. Yeah, so what if, let me ask, this plan seems like relevant to me. Let's go with these three: the intent recognition, sentiment analysis, and entity recognition. Keep in mind that it's not already, no, it's not GPT-40, it's GPT 3.5, so it may have something off. It also suggests to fine-tune the models, which will not certainly not fit to this session. Mm-hmm. Implement for intent. Hmm. Yeah, sorry for not saying, just trying to understand and figure out what would be the next step. It's not really entertaining, sorry about that, but this how learning looks like, at least for me, is reading, trying to understand what are the options, what I left out of my planning, and figure out what to do, how to follow. Maybe I need to rethink the whole concept, but I will have some conclusion. That's for sure. I need to have some conclusion by the end of this session, how to follow, how to continue with this. I would really like to test a large language model which I deployed. I have another I have another plan maybe in my head started to form, that what if I will not really having the language model all. Yeah, I think the best way to continue that on that path is to skip the fine tuning, because I don't really have the resources, and that's the real limitation now. Because okay, it's not really a secret. I will ask that. No, not really ask that. I have a 4G of VRAM with one GPU and the really strong CPU and the 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's not that high, but I won't fine tune anything, but I will deploy a large language model which has multiple functionalities, and I will test those, and I think I will make the hyperparameters change according to the answer and play with those. And after, I would like to have some tools. Yeah, just saying things out loud really helps the whole thought process, which would be meaningful, not really content wise but learning wise, because I feel like that if I just deploying these models because these are fit to my hardware, and I wouldn't feel like that I learn relevant information, learn relevant processes for the testing itself. Yeah. Okay, then change of plans again. Okay, then what would be? What would be, but I will share the plans. Change of plans once again. I would like to. I have one GPU with 4 GB VRAM and 31 RAM. I want to. I would like to use a large language model with Llama, because that's a good way and maybe an easy way to get that, and I will test those via APIs. Then the only task for me is to work Olama with an API, because I will want to use some tools for testing, and that's the main purpose of the channel and my journey and our journey, to learn how to test large language models. We can of course use manually input texts and have prompts, which is fine, but um, I would like to get to a point when I can use tools and use actual metrics, numerical values, and any kind of metrics which are available for us. But because I know that there are tools which I can use, or we can use, I think that would be, and these tools, that would be the best, and these tools are using APIs. Yes, okay. Okay, I get some suggestion from ChatGPT. I assume I will believe once again. Maybe I shouldn't, but I will. What should I use? Okay, and I would like to use a large language with Olama. Please suggest one which is still fits to my hardware setup. This tiny bird. Okay. But at least in with Olama, there is a good pip install. It's okay. ChatGPT is hallucinating like hell. Then I think I will skip those and I will just use Olama for that purpose. It's not a install Olama and other required packages. Thanks ChatGPT, not really helpful. I would say so. The test is failed. Okay. I have Olama here. But I already have Olama running. Okay, then I think just need some. I just really tried out Olama a few weeks before on Windows, because I know how to use Olama via Mac or for Linux, for example, but it's a bit different in Windows. So Olama. Okay, Olama list. Okay, I have the Llama 3 model, but the Llama 3.3.1 is out, so what if? I will pull that. Llama 3.1. Yes, and let's see, and even if I have that some kind of questions, Llama 3.1 is really powerful. It will took a while. I'm not sure that during pooling the new model, can I use Llama 3? Yeah, because it would be boring. It's 11 minutes. Then I think for that 11 minutes I will chat with ChatGPT, but okay, share the plans. So these are the plans. I will use Olama. Another chat because I think it's just missing or messing up with the context. So new chat. My plan is to use Llama 3.1 LLM with Olama to test Llama 3.1. Okay, that's for sure. Later on, I would like to interact with Olama from a Python script to make these to execute these tests. What do you suggest? What do you suggest how to do that? If no such library exists, you might need to use HTTP request directly. That's good for me. Okay. If Olama provides a Python client library, let's see. Olama, if Olama provides a Python client, I would be surprised. Olama Python client library. Okay, I'm really surprised. Easiest way to integrate in Python. Okay, so nice. Response streaming can be enabled by setting. Olama Python libraries API is designed around Olama REST API. That's really nice. What should I do? Just pip install Olama. And this is the usage. Sounds about right. Okay, I really feel like that ChatGPT guided us, or guided me, to that end. I will delete these like there's no tomorrow. Just like that. Okay, create a file and let's figure that one out. Olama sandbox. Okay, for that I will create exit and we'll install Llama. Of course, I will trust more with the original Llama Python authors and developers on a GitHub than trusting in ChatGPT, which is really a big fail for this test for ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, so let's copy that. And execute it. It doesn't say that I need any dependency. Okay, maybe it has. Yes, it needs. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I have Olama, and then right now we are pulling it just 4 minutes away. But I have Llama 3. Already installed. What it will do